Hey guys, I am your unbroken driver, and today we are driving while, it's just black. It's not Lux Black, it's just black. I wanted to make this video to show you guys what's going on with support. This is the kind of thing that you can expect from Lyft. I already haven't been driving for Lyft all that much recently since the change where they got rid of Lux. Most of the rides are not worth taking, whether they're extra comfort, standard Lyft. Most of those rides just aren't worth taking in the Los Angeles area because the rates are usually under or about $20 an hour rate or under. So with that, Lyft hasn't been the application that I choose to use for rideshare. I've been switching over to Uber, like a bunch of you I know have been switching over to Uber. So what I tend to do is I'll leave Black on Lyft just to, in case these good rides come in and people are willing to pay for the higher end rides, I'll take those rides. But for the most part, I don't even bother with Lyft for several reasons. One of them is because they got rid of Lux. Extra comfort's not worth driving. Lyft standard's not worth driving. You're not getting paid. You don't get paid for wait times, and other things like trying to keep up with your clock, because for whatever reason the application doesn't work like Uber, where if I'm not driving, that time doesn't count against me. No, as soon as you go online with Lyft, that counts as active time, and you will burn through your clock really quick. It's easy to burn through your 12 hours, and you may not even get a ride because you're waiting there and nothing's coming in. So several reasons why Lyft is just not worth driving for. Now, the only thing I will use it for is if I get a black ride out of Lyft, because those will tend to pay what I want. So I got this black ride, and unfortunately it got down to customer service, and the black ride doesn't even show in my list anymore. They're claiming, well, here, I'm gonna scroll down here. So I was talking to customer support. I asked them to get me a supervisor or a manager because it seemed like the person that I was talking to didn't understand what I was saying or had no solution for the problem that I had. And the main problem that I had was I showed up at the location to pick up the passenger. I waited the 10 minutes, and then when I went to contact the customer, and I clicked arrive. So I was there, the timer ran out. When I clicked to contact the customer, every time I would click the button, it would say that it couldn't connect to the customer. So there was no way for me to connect to the customer, which you need to do before you can press the to confirm the no-show. So they keep when I tried to talk to customer service, they kept hitting me with the same information over and over again. So I'm gonna go all the way to the top. I gave them a brief description. Let's see if it'll. So now it's not showing the screenshots that I had posted, but I had hit them with a few screenshots. I put the destination and where they were going, and in here it says call David first. I'm like, okay. So this is the options that it gives you when you don't look at it from the cancellation option for the passenger, right? So I'm going to cancel the ride as the driver. I'm sure you've seen this menu before, canceling the ride as a driver. But there's no option here that is appropriate to use for saying that the passenger is a no-show. I know you probably will get something if you put that it's an unaccompanied minor. You'll probably get something if you put that there's too many passengers and they won't take the ride. All the other options, if I say I don't want this ride, if I say the pickup is too far, or if I put other reason, I'm not going to get paid. The only two options you probably will get paid for is no car seat and unaccompanied minor. Okay, so those are two options that I was told by other people to choose because dealing with customer service is so terrible when it comes to Lyft. And here's a prime example. So they say, "Hi Steven, hope you're doing well. Thank you for contacting our support. This is probably AI at this point, not sure, whatever. It will be more than a pleasure for me to assist you today. I'm so sorry to hear that, and I understand how important it is to be compensated well with your every ride. Please spare me some time, blah, 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 a lot of blah, blah, blah. So, okay. This particular ride did not meet the requirements for a no-show fee. You receive a no-show fee for when you follow these steps. Tap to arrive at the pickup location, wait for the timer to count down to 0, attempt to contact the passenger through the app, cancel the ride by tapping passenger is no-show, then confirm no-show. And then a bunch of stuff that doesn't matter. So I said yes. As you can see, the timer was already at 0, and I was unable to contact the passenger because of some issue with Lyft. As you can see in the screenshot, Lyft would not connect me to the passenger. Sorry, I've got Uber on right now. And it says, I understand, but the ride was not canceled as no-show fee. Instead, it was dispatched to another driver. So then I continue to say, I could not cancel it as a no-show because it would not let me contact the driver. My only option to unlock my phone from the ride was to cancel it as other after waiting the full 10 minutes. Then he says, even you are unable to contact the rider, you should still have chosen the no-show for cancellation. So this is the craziness that goes on when it sounds like I'm talking to a person at this point, that they don't understand there is no option to select that the person was a no-show if you don't contact the customer. And so it's just a constant back and forth. You cannot choose no-show if you don't contact the rider first. You should know that. And I said, get me a supervisor. It makes no sense. You should know that if you're dealing with these rides and these kinds of situations, you should at least have a basic understanding of how the Lyft application works if you're customer support. But if you don't even know that you can't select that the customer's a no-show until you contact the customer, how can you help me? And you obviously don't have the authority to help me. That's what I'm assuming. So I need you to escalate it to a supervisor. So they continue on. I understand that you wanted to speak with one of the managers. However, I can assure you that the resolution that they will provide is the same as ours. I don't mean to rush you yet, blah, blah, blah. So I said, okay, I don't need your assurance. I want a manager. You don't even understand that you have to contact the passenger before you can select the no-show option. Whether it is a glitch or something on this end, it's not my problem. I should be compensated for the time I had to wait for the passenger. And I meant to say on Lyft's end, and I said I want this issue escalated. I said, thank you for getting back to us. I understand that your concern is about the cancel ride with Adam. They were wrong, they were mistaken, and then so they were looking at the wrong ride. So, and they repeat the same thing, give you the same instructions. And I said, I don't need instructions. And I said, that's not the correct ride. I showed them the correct ride. Are you referring to the ride with David, right? And I said, this is the ride that I was not able to get the cancellation fee. And you can see clearly at the top it says the call could not go through. Please try. Please try again. And I tried this over and over and over. I even cleared the cache. I reset the app. Nothing was working. And it says, okay. As you can see from this picture, I was not able to cancel because I could not contact the rider. The only other option was to slide for pickup. So you don't want me to slide for pickup. You don't want me to say that they had an unaccompanied minor. You don't want me to say that they had too many passengers or that they don't have a car seat. All of which would have given me a fee for the cancellation. And the only option that I have is to contact the passenger, which I can't do. And there's nothing that I can click for help with this ride until after I've already canceled the ride. Trying to do the thing the right way is getting me in more trouble than doing it the wrong way. I know that you could take the ride with no passenger. I know you could so you can take the ride with no passenger, or you can click one of these options that's going to give you the cancellation fee. It's confusing to me. It's insane to me. But when I try to make sure that I don't charge the customer inappropriately and I try to go through the right channels, I'm dealing with spending, I'm fortunate right now, I'm at a charger, so I'm taking the time to deal with this. But spending almost an hour arguing with customer support over something that should be extremely simple makes no sense to me. So they hit me with the same information again. Cancel the ride by tapping, blah, blah, blah. Then I said, you can't confirm the no-show if you can't contact the customer. As my screenshot shows, I was not able to contact the customer due to some issue inside Lyft. I had already waited for the timer to reach 0. Yes, but you cannot charge the rider because you have to follow the above details. And I'm like, look, again, the glitch isn't my fault. Whatever the reason is that you had internal problems, that sounds like something that you guys need to fix, but you should be compensating me for my wait time. And the fact that Lyft won't do that it's just more incentive to ignore Lyft as a platform. It seems like they want to grind it down till it's nothing. They definitely don't want to support the drivers that are putting in time, effort, and providing a quality experience for the passenger. They make it extremely difficult to do so. I don't know why that's another issue that I'll probably talk about in another video. And so I went back and forth with a couple of customer service individuals, and then they did this. So I said I want to speak to a supervisor or manager, because I went back and forth with this person, and I said my main thing was, what do you do when you can't contact the customer, right? I want to show this because this is really important. I want to apologize if the resolution wasn't what you were expecting. It is not my intention to make it difficult. And I'm saying here, what you're saying doesn't make any sense. You understand that I wasn't able to contact the customer. However, you have no solution for how to reach the customer. If the app won't let me contact the customer, and you have no solution for how you can finish the steps, if the app won't let you contact the customer, see why I want someone who has more authority than you? You don't know what to do. And it's like, you're not even providing me with a solution for this problem when to me, it's an internal problem. So they say, I'm sorry, but please remember that you have to follow the steps to charge. So all of a sudden, a bunch of rides want to come in for Uber. Ignore that. Remember that you have to follow the steps to charge the rider. So again, what do you do when the apps won't contact the rider? Give me an answer. I apologize if the resolution wasn't what you were expecting. It is not my intention to make it difficult. You have not given me I meant to say resolution. That is the problem. I apologize again. Hits me with the same thing over and over again. So I asked one more time. They said they apologized. They gave me something that has nothing to do with the question I asked, because they're running through all the steps again for you to get a cancellation. I asked for a supervisor or manager. They sent me a few messages again. I said I had a ride with David and could not contact him. I explained the whole situation as succinctly as possible, as clearly as possible, without any of the fluff. The ride was sent to another driver because our system detected that you weren't on track to arrive at the pickup location. Keep in mind, I was already at the location and the time was up. It doesn't show that little symbol at the bottom if I wasn't already waiting for the passenger and they didn't run out of time. This is saying to call the passenger. So how was I not gonna arrive on time? That doesn't make any sense. And then so I said, you're incorrect. And they just, keep in mind, they sent all these messages real quick and then canceled out the ticket. So I just want to show you guys what you can expect from Lyft when they steal money from you or ignore you. And when the process that they have, let me go back to Uber. Let's see what we got going on. I just want to show you that this is the kind of customer support you can expect. This is the kind of attention to drivers that you can expect when going through the proper steps to problem solve. I want to do things the right way. I try my best not to cheat the system in any way, shape, or form, but you are literally making it easier for me to cheat the system than to do things the right way. you make it easier for people to want to be dishonest rather than dealing with your processes when you don't make it smooth for somebody that's trying to do the right thing and you don't care. And I mean, that's just really sad. Even your agents don't care. You can tell by the messages that they were sending me. I don't care what the protocol is over there that you have set up. You don't have a true resolution center. You have people that it feels like everything's kind of just clocked in and robotic and very insensitive. And it's sad to see Lyft change over the past several months into something that's so undesirable. But I would highly recommend, if you can, drive for Uber, ignore Lyft. They have a lot of things that they need to fix, this included. And I hope that you are more successful by avoiding Lyft and avoiding these kinds of things until Lyft is willing to step up and fix these problems and pay people what they deserve, especially when you're trying to do the right thing. Let me know what you think down in the comment section. I will see you guys in the next video.